Welcome back to American Agenda. Transgender U-Penn swimmer Leah Thomas has been dominating in the Ivy League, setting records in multiple races, but may have met their match.
Yeah, over the weekend, Leah lost both the 100 and 400-yard freestyle races to Isaac Hennig. Now, the Yale swimmer is also transgender, but Isaac is going the other direction, going from a woman to a man.
So let's bring in our panel to discuss.
We should add that,
with a graphic,
like still competing as a woman, as she postpones some of the transitioning medications.
And what is that? Is she postponing taking what, testosterone to become a male?
I don't know.
Because that would be significant if you're swimming as a woman. So basically, it's not really a race between, well, women at this point.
But that's the point. They're saying it is, that the Ivy League and the NCAA are all saying if you oppose that, you're transphobic.
No, I'm not. But it's just a biological fact. It's not a race between women when it's a race between two transgenders going either direction.
Well, the record book is going to say women.
Okay. Well, let's bring in our panel once again to talk about it. And Ford, I'll start with you on it. How do you feel about it?
Look, somewhere legendary women's basketball coach of Tennessee, Pat Summitt's rolling over in a grave because woke culture is killing women's college sports. And Heather, I totally agree with you. Repeat after me. It is unfair for a biological man to compete against a biological woman in sports. And the whole reason why more people at Penn and across the Ivy League are not outraged again is because of woke culture. If they tell the truth, they'll be thrown off the team and they can't compete. And that's why we have this problem. Unfortunately, the NCAA should step in, but the NCAA, as we know, is probably more corrupt than the Castro regime. So guess what? This is going to continue until women's sports becomes nothing more than the men's JV.
But common sense, Melanie, and not to mention parents and fellow competitors, they look at this and they say, clearly this is crazy.
Yeah, clearly it is. It is crazy. I mean, biology is biology and science, and it's unbelievable to me that these are the same people who tell us constantly to follow the science. And you say, well, what about the chromosome thing? Like, what about that science, that's what determines your gender? I don't understand this. I don't understand why we are pretending that believing in the science of gender is the same thing as, like, whether or not you choose to believe in God, which I would argue science proves that they're a God, but that's another conversation for another day.
I think that we're going to have to reach a point where this stops. I mean, there has to be a limit to this.
We were talking about what drugs they were taking in order to compete, and this is significant because Hennig was able to compete in the female race because they came out to teammates last year and did not take testosterone because he still wanted to compete.
Okay. We're down to like 30 seconds. But
that was important. I don't know.
No, well, it's one direction or the other.
Right.
I just want to say, Melanie, we hope you're doing okay.
Yes.
You're in the tail end of this?
I'm in the tail end. This is my first time really talking for any long period of time, and I'm actually having a little trouble breathing, to be honest.
No.
Oh. Well, then don't say any more. Don't say any more, because we love having you every Monday.
Yeah.
And we hope that you feel well, that you get better, and we're sorry for any trouble you had along the way.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Melanie, Collette, and Ford O'Connell, thank you.
And we like having you with us, too, Ford.
I'm not worried. I love the whole crew.
And he's had it before, too. So, okay, we'll be back with more. Stay with us.